If, like us, you're a huge fan of Disney's live-action films, then we've got a special treat in store. For those wondering how Maleficent flies through the sky, how live actors interacted with CGI characters in Dumbo, or how Agrabah was magically created for Aladdin, then look no further because you're in the right place. Welcome to FilmShack. Today, we prepared for you behind the scenes of Disney live-action movies. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Mistress of Evil is the sequel to the 2014 retelling of Sleeping Beauty, from the villain's perspective. This movie had to make its titular character, and many others, fly. They pulled this off using two different methods. The first was using wires, a more traditional practical method for lifting up characters in the air. The second way was lifting actress Angelina Jolie and other flying characters up with these two-pronged forks. The forks are operated by these extras in blue suits that you see back here, who would later be turned into CGI backdrops. The fork fits onto both sides of a person's body. This device gives them mobility and allows them to twist a person around backwards, forwards, or side to side. A 360-degree movement, while the actor is safely clamped into place. Meanwhile, Maleficent's wings were created with CGI. While on set, Jolie wore these on her back. The visual effects team was tasked with making convincing wings, and also making sure those wings moved in sync with the performer's body movements. Lady and the Tramp. Many CGI dogs were created for this live-action remake. However, the two main stars were real. A mutt named Monty played Tramp, while a Cocker Spaniel named Rose played Lady. Perhaps nothing was more challenging than filming the most iconic scene from the 1955 original, when the two dogs share a plate of spaghetti and meatballs. This scene took 3 days to film, and while shooting it, the noodles kept breaking. So instead of using actual noodles, they used undyed licorice soaked in chicken broth. This ensured that the noodle was strong enough for the take, and also that the dogs had something quite tasty to eat. The moment where the two dogs' snouts touched, though, that was CGI. The Lion King. The Jungle Book paved the way for 2019's The Lion King. The film was shot using virtual production, which allowed director Jon Favreau and the crew to step into the world they were creating and shoot everything like it was really live action. The biggest challenge of the film's virtual effects team was creating a photorealistic version of the African savanna while also remaining faithful to the source material. Take the part where Rafiki stands and lifts Simba. In reality, mandrills can't stand up like that, so in the new version, they animated the character sitting down while lifting Simba into the air. And the animals still needed to be able to speak and also sing some of those iconic songs. So the animators would try to reposition the animals' heads when they could, so the audience wouldn't be staring directly into their mouths. And they timed the characters' breathing to their dialogue, and at the same time, let the characters' belly muscles and diaphragm tighten, so it would really look like they were letting out air while talking. The Jungle Book. This film featured about 70 different animal species, created using groundbreaking CGI. There was a key step in the process to making sure all of the animals looked so realistic: facial rigging. During this stage, animators explored what muscles animals have that humans do not. By doing that, they could ensure the animals would do things like snarl the right way. To make sure the animals looked convincing when they talked, animators used a combination of human and animal muscles for the characters' mouths. Another crucial breakthrough had to do with putting hairs on the animals. They had to figure out the direction an animal's hair would move, how it clumps, and how it interacts with the world around it. Perhaps most impressive is that Neil Sethi, who played Mowgli, acted completely alone on the set, as all the animals were created with CGI, and the other stars recorded their voices. But he did have a little company. Actors in blue suits and crew members held up animal puppets, and were also on the set to help making scenes with animals. Mulan. Massive trolley constructions, kilometers of wire, hundreds of extras, and much more were used to create combat scenes for this movie. Not only that, actors were also learning martial arts skills, sword fighting, and horse riding for those scenes. Actress Liu Yifei trained for 3 months, about 6 to 7 hours per day, to portray Mulan. Like here, you can see her preparing for one of the movie's epic sword fights. According to cinematographer Mandy Walker, the actress did about 90% of her own stunts. The cast had to learn everything from martial arts to horseback riding for the action-packed film. Meanwhile, many of the film's gravity-defying stunts were achieved with impressive wire work. Mulan is one of Disney's most beloved films to come out of their Renaissance era, so the live-action adaptation has a lot to live up to. That said, the film has a critically acclaimed director at the helm, as well as an impressive ensemble cast. Disney's live-action remakes have become some of the highest-grossing films of all time, and after this first look at how beautiful Mulan is looking, fans can rest easy, knowing that this is likely to end up another smash hit. Aladdin. Instead of making the genie character an entirely CGI creation, Will Smith got to fully embody him and his dance moves, and it was all captured by a motion capture suit. While Aladdin initially received criticism for how the genie looked in his blue form, the movie ended up having him in human form whenever it could. And to get a sense of some of the film's impressive stunts, just look at the one jump ahead sequence. While most movies are shot at 24 frames per second, some parts of this sequence were shot at a slow motion 36 frames per second, while others were shot at an incredibly fast 18 frames per second. According to director Guy Ritchie, actor Mena Massoud had to make sure he was singing completely in sync, so at some parts he had to sing really fast and other parts really slow. The art department, under the supervision of Gemma Jackson, built the massive Agrabah set outdoors, on a tarmac the size of 2 football fields at Longcross Studios in just 15 weeks. Set decoration for Agrabah included fabrics, textiles, and carvings similar to those found in Marrakesh, lots of colorful woods, metals, fruits and vegetables, and a 1,000-year-old olive tree. The Agrabah courtyard, market, stalls, narrow alleys, and cluttered rooftops were designed to accommodate the extensive choreography and stunts featured in the musical numbers One Jump Ahead and Prince Ali. Beauty and the Beast. To fully embody the role of the Beast, actor Dan Stevens wore a motion capture suit on stilts. The stilts ensured that the actor was the Beast's appropriate height on set, so the actors would be looking at the right spot. However, they didn't just have characters standing in front of green screens. They actually built many of these sets in England, and they are impressive. Dan also had to wear a motion capturing suit at all the times, and his costume was made to look like he was much bigger than in real life. All of this was done so that Belle could keep the correct eye contact, and to have the proper hand and body placement after effects were added. Take the ballroom, which was made with 12,000 square feet of faux marble, and they paid special attention to the costumes. Belle's dress was decorated with about 2,160 Swarovski crystals, and according to actress Emma Watson, the costume designers created it so it looked like it was floating as Belle and Beast danced. Dumbo. The elephants were created with masterful visual effects work by MPC Film. However, the actors still needed something on set to sell the scenes, so an actor and a stunt double in green suits stood in for Baby Dumbo. At first, they had to learn to move like a baby elephant, which included walking around on all fours, using these stilts. No easy feat on long shoot days. A life-size Dumbo model with a detachable head and ears stood on the set for lighting and reference purposes. For dynamic scenes, there was Ed Osmond, a creature performer dressed in a bright green suit. Osmond, who played the ape friend in 2013's Tarzan, studied the movement of baby elephants to convincingly give the stars something to act against. The CGI Dumbo scene on screen was added in post-production. Alice in Wonderland. The word is that watching Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland is the closest you can come to falling down the rabbit hole yourself and into Lewis Carroll's fantasy world. Those who have seen the film or clips of it say that it is utterly breathtaking. A hallucinatory alternate universe, completely realized in every detail, from the sun streaming through the gills of the mushroom to the light falling on the individual fuzzy hairs on the caterpillar's back. The casting also has critical expectations rising. Who else but Matt Lucas could play the twin grotesques of Tweedledum and Tweedledee? And Johnny Depp, with green fluorescent contact lenses, ruffed cheeks, and a frizzy orange wig, makes the most extraordinary Mad Hatter. With typical attention to detail, Burton has enhanced Depp's eyes with camera trickery, making them 15% larger. So it's still Johnny Depp, but through the looking glass. Burton himself transferred filming from Cornwall, where a lot of exterior scenes were shot, to Los Angeles, where the technology would be brought into play. Scenes were filmed in front of all green backgrounds, which were then overlaid digitally. The novelty of the green wears off very quickly, Depp complained during filming. It's exhausting actually. We can't see what we're doing. We would like to invite you to share your opinion with us. We know that our scriptwriter can't wait to see Lilo and Stitch remade. Is there any movie that you are eager to see? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notification bell. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!